Now, AARP is out with its annual list of 99 ways to save. We spoke recently with David Brindley. What would you say is your absolute favorite money-saving idea this year?
Well, it's hard to choose from 99, but my favorite one has to do with cell phones. So rather than, if your battery is going kaput, rather than buying a brand new cell phone, which can cost hundreds of dollars, if you replace your battery itself, keep the cell phone, that will extend the life of the cell phone, and you save money.
I am there. I am rocking the up-to-date iPhone 13 at this point. And you know, there's an app in there where you can see how your battery is deteriorated.
Exactly.
And it's down to about 80%. But I'm not quite at the point to spend I don't know, 80 bucks, 90 bucks to update it. Interesting decision point.
Absolutely, yeah. I replaced mine. I have an iPhone 11. I replaced mine last year. And
all right, well, you're ahead of me for frugality then.
Exactly.
You know, one of the things, looking at the list of 99 ideas, one of the things that jumped out was the idea that today's state-of-the-art cell phone has way more processing power than you're ever going to need. Like last year's model would really be just fine.
That's absolutely the case. And last year's model is typically cheaper than the new models that'll come out this fall. So if you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of that processing power, you can save, probably hundreds of bucks.
You also recommend taking a look at the off-brand cell phone networks, which are actually running on the cell phone networks of the three major companies for the most part. Are they not?
Absolutely, yes, they are. And you can actually try to get a trial run if you're not feeling comfortable about doing one of those off ones. They can give you a trial run to make sure that the coverage in your area is sufficient. But it's a great way to save money.
All right, let's go to the grocery store because everybody goes to the grocery store. How do we save money buying groceries?
Well, here's a tip that I didn't realize and that I learned doing this cover story. So a lot of grocery stores put the pricier items right at eye level. So if you look up and you look below those, you can often find cheaper products. And another way to save at the grocery store is to use the self-checkout lane. So that way you can avoid those last-minute impulse buys while you're waiting for the cashier. And while you're scanning your items, if something costs more than you expected, you can just put that aside and save money immediately.
I'm going to have to take closer note of my next trip to the grocery store about what is at eye level. I believe the manufacturers pay for prominent shelf locations. I've heard that.
I've heard that as well, yeah.
So the big brand name is right in front of you. You look a little bit higher, a little bit lower. There might be a better deal. That's the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really easy way. And, you can always go for that pricier one if that's the brand that you like, but it's great to have options.
How do you feel about store brands? So I know you're in the Washington metro area. We have the giant food chain around here. I'm a huge fan of their boxes of store brand raisins. It's like 100 calories. You get 6 of them for $2. It's a lot cheaper. It's small savings, but compared to the famous national brand, it's a good deal. So that's what I have in my pantry.
That's in fact one of our tips is to look at the store brands and to consider buying those because often they're just as good quality and you can save a lot of money over the course of an entire year.
Now at the same time, I'm a fan of Cheerios and I have not been frugal to the point of trying the store brand cheerful oats or whatever they call it.
Right. But that's a choice. I mean, you spend a little bit more on your Cheerios, but you can save some money on your raisins. And everyone wins.
The article talks about digital coupons, and I have not done that yet. I will type my phone number into the machine because you save a few bucks every trip. The digital coupon seems like At this point, for me, it's like a bridge too far. I don't really want to take that extra step. Do you think it's worth it?
I personally find it really useful. So when I go to my pharmacy, I'll check I have the app on my phone. I'll check to see what's on sale that week. If there's something that I'm planning to buy anyway, I'll go ahead and check that little coupon. It sends it to my card, and it's automatically deducted from the overall total. So I think it's a great way.
Let's turn to travel. Travel's not cheap right now. What are your best ideas for saving money on trips?
Well, if you want to save money, the key to save money on travel, the key is flexibility. So rather than going at peak hours, if you're willing to take a plane early in the morning or a train later at night, you can often get a much better deal on the fare. Plus, if your flight is overbooked and you have the flexibility, go ahead and volunteer for that next flight. You'll often get a great voucher from the airline of, say, up to $1,000 per person that you can use on a later trip. And you can also ask for free upgrades, like try to fly first class.
How far do you take the idea of traveling off-peak? Like, obviously, everybody wants to go to the most popular place at the most popular time. Nobody wants to go to Alaska in January, right? So are you saying go to Alaska and see the sights in January because it's dark all the time?
No, no, that doesn't make sense. But what I am saying is that rather than looking only at flights during peak times during a particular day, consider going earlier in the morning or later at night, and also consider taking, rather than a direct flight, which can be very costly, add one stop and you'll likely save a lot of money on that plane reservation.
Off-peak is definitely true on Amtrak, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Weird hours. One thing related to travel on your 99 idea list was to make use of your credit card points or miles or whatever they're called, because they're actually a wasting asset. They may be declining in value.
Absolutely, yeah. I recall, I think we say that up to 25% of people didn't use any of their points last year. And so we recommend go ahead and using those before they decline in value. We take the approach earn and burn.
What other everyday decisions that people make are costing them money, maybe wasting a little bit of money?
Sure. Well, when it comes to electricity, this may be surprising, but some appliances, when left plugged in, are still draining electricity from the grid. Say, for example, your television or your computer. So we recommend unplugging those, or even better, put them on a surge protector and just turn the surge protector off when you're not using them. And that way you can save up to like 10% on your overall electricity.
I can see that the cable box is running, the TV is doing stuff. I wonder about battery chargers, because I've heard that about the little cube thing that you plug in to charge your cell phone. That can't be drawing that much power.
It can't, but I don't think it does that much. But it doesn't hurt to unplug it, even just as a fire safety.
Let's talk about some of the big bills that people pay, the mortgage, for example. What could people be doing to save money on that?
Yeah, here's a great way to make your money, a really smart way to make your money work harder for you. So pay half your monthly mortgage every 2 weeks. By the end of the year, you'll have made an additional monthly mortgage payment. That extra payment goes directly to your principal, and cuts down on the amount of, not only the amount of interest that you have to pay, but also you'll likely pay the loan off faster.
You and your colleagues who put this list together like cash. I believe in cash, but I'll tell you, kids today have no use for cash. Why do you like cash?
Well, studies have shown that people who actually pay regularly with cash spend less money. Maybe that's because you're more hesitant to pull your wallet out and actually plunk down $20 bills. Another way to save is a lot of small businesses are passing on the credit card fees that they're getting to their customers. But if you pay cash, you won't have to pay those credit fees at all.
No better example than the gas station, right? I mean,
Exactly.
they put it right on the sign out front. There's a credit price and a gas price.
Exactly, yes.
Speaking of driving, when it comes to auto insurance, which is another big bill, you like the idea of allowing the insurance company to install or having some other mechanism for them to monitor your driving. I mean, I'm a little bit frugal, but I've not done that one because I'm not sure I like the idea that the State Farm guy is going to effectively be sitting in the car with me all the time.
Right. Well, that is a mechanism that they install, and they can monitor your driving and to make sure that you're, not speeding and not running red lights and things like that, which most people don't do. So if you feel comfortable with having a little bit of a big brother watching your every move, you can still save a lot of money on your car insurance.
Yeah, and a similar decision point for people when it comes to those browser extensions. Comparison shopping services, they want you to install this add-on to whatever browser you use. And I guess the way it works, if you're shopping for something on Amazon or some other site, in the background, it's looking for a better deal. Is that about it?
Yes, that's it exactly. And if they find a better deal, they'll pop that price up, and you can save money immediately. Big data is everywhere anyway, and so this is a little bit more monitoring what you're actually buying, but you can save over time.
David, where can people find more information on these 99 ways to save?
We have all those tips and more at aarp.org/99 ways to save.
David Brindley with AARP. Sir, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.